Bell rolls is the reporter thrown into the secretive world of the Forex Super Model, where nothing is as it seems. Beware the techno monk, and steer clear of Professor Code and his two assistants. Give the senior trader a wide berth, and don't expect any sense from the risk manager.
Good morning, I'm Professor Code and this is the Forex Super Model daily briefing for Thursday the 9th of the 9th 2021. The time is just gone 04:30, 4:30 in the morning GMT. Asian session coming to close, European session firing up, our lunchtime North American session. Right, yesterday, Wednesday the 8th then, we had a negative opposed driver in the euro at minus 56. Front and back door flows mainly going into the yen at plus 43, into the dollar at plus 36, and the pound was the negative rock at minus 23. Activity plus or minus 79. Intra-week then becoming more relevant. This is from Monday the 6th of the 8th, open to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the pound, in the dollar, sorry, plus 191. Front and back door flows mainly coming out the pound at minus 147, out the euro at minus 54, and the yen is the positive rock at plus 10, activity plus or minus 201. Right, so yesterday we had a negative opposed driver in the euro, which was a pain for us because we were buying the euro dollar and we had to really do some footwork, and we'll talk about that later. Anyway, over the week we've had a positive opposed driver in the dollar. So we've had dollar strength over the week, and it was helped yesterday by euro weakness driving. Right, intraday then, this is the Asian session to about 15 minutes ago. We've got a positive opposed driver in the yen this time, plus 30, front and back door flows, mainly coming out the pound at minus 22, out the dollar at minus 20, and the euro is the positive rock at plus 12, activity plus or minus 22. Right, what's been knocking it about? Well, this week so far we've had two lots of rates decisions. We've had the AUD and the CAD. We've had China CPI, which has come in soft early this morning. And today we've got the ECB rates decision and the speech, subsequent speech, sort of about lunchtime. And we've got the Bank of Canada governor's speech, Macklem, as well. So we've got a rates decision and two speeches. And we've had some soft CPI from China. Right, tomorrow, which is Friday the 10th, we've got German CPI, ECB President Lagarde's speech, and the CAD unemployment rate change data as well. So that's where we are. We'll stop it there and then we'll write up the flows, so don't go away. Right, welcome back. We've written up the flows then. So the euro is strong except against the yen and the Swiss, which are stronger. The yen is strong across the board. The pound is weak except against the CAD, the AUD and the NZD, which is obviously the commodity currencies. The Swiss is strong except against the yen. The CAD is weak except against the AUD and the NZD. The AUD is weak across the board. The NZD is weak except against the AUD, and the dollar is strong except against the yen, the Swiss and the euro. So what have we got? We've got yen strength, we've got AUD weakness, we've got full commodity currency weakness here as well, and we've got Swiss strength apart from the yen. So basically sort of pretty much full risk off tone in the Asian session at the moment. Right, so that's where we are. Stop it there and we'll write up the asset classes. Right, we're back. We've written up the asset classes then. So US dollar index basically double top, broke, came back. It's now 0.25 from the high. So the dollar is starting to gain strength again off the back of this earlier taper arguments. And Fed Kaplan was banging on about that yesterday, which was obviously doing no favours to the euro dollar. So and gold in theory won't like a strong dollar, and its gold is at half marks, having had a bit of an improvement, but it's come back now. Oil is at half marks as well, 0.5. Wall Street's come off 0.26 from the model high. so it's 26% off the modelled high, S&P 17%, and the tech bat 10%. So that's the batting order there for the US equities. The US 10-year then, this is the price. So the price has started climbing again, although it did have a good strong price fall yesterday, and the yield increase. So the US 10-year is about 0.40 from the floor. So it's the yields are stronger than half marks there, and the bund is 0.22 from the floor. So that's stronger again. So although the price is coming up now, so yields are coming off a little bit. So that's where we are there. Copper is 0.23 from the floor. Copper's pretty soft. Commodities not liking the current situation, and US steel's 0.5, it's half marks. Right, so we'll get rid of that, and then we'll just do the final analysis then. So yesterday the flows looked like we had a top in the dollar, a floor in the euro, and that's why we had a fairly good go at going long euro dollar. And the flows basically were overwhelmed by in the background, which at the time we were obviously unaware of, was all this chattering noise about an early taper from Kaplan and all the rest of it. So those in the know earlier on were buying the dollar pretty much against us. Right, so we've got the dollar, the euro, the yen, and the pound. Right, the dollar index is at 0.25 from the high. And the flows, let's have a look. The flows in the Asian session, we've got a strong yen driving. I'd say we've got this sort of risk-off scenario in Asia ahead of the ECB rates decision. We've got softness in the pound, softness in the dollar, and the euro is start coming up. But this is just sort of a positioning levelling up, if you like. So if you look at the week, we've got the dollar positively driving, and a weak pound, a weak euro, and a strong, a steady yen. So that's where we are. So the likelihood so we've got this rates decision here with the ECB. We've had positive data coming out of Germany and the EUR as a block. And you've got this taper argument in the dollar. So you've got this conflict here between dollar strength because of an earlier taper, ECB positive data, the data cycle's coming up. You've got the euro's been sold off, so there's elbow room there. So you've got this. You've got this divergence here between what's going on there, and depending on who wins out that, and you've got this like equities have come off from the highs, but that's just very marginal, and you've obviously got a strengthening yen now, but previously it's been pretty soft, and the pound is going to be secondary to these flows, and so the pound's going to be playing sort of second fiddle. If you like, so that's where we are really, and you've got commodity currencies have come off, particularly the AUD and the CAD, and the Swiss is starting to come up. So we've got this sort of scenario, and ultimately it's going to be dependent on who wins this argument between a stronger taper or an improvement in the German and the EUR block conditions. So at the moment we're not, the market is likely to be very range bound as we head into the ECB, and then it's going to pick up volatility. So we can't really say what's going to go on, except that's a fair scenario of where we are. The likelihood is that you're going to get a further punch up in the dollar at some stage. So this is our view particularly. So we think the dollar's going to come up more. The euro will inevitably come off, And if the dollar comes up, equities may not like that. So your equities and the yen pretty neutral, and the pound is going to be neutral as well. But by neutral, I don't mean it's not going to move. I just mean the flow cycle will determine where these two go. But we think that's what's going to happen. We think the market will just ram the dollar up, and then equities may not like that. So that's where we are. Watch out for that. It's all going to happen really sort of 1:30 GMT time. London time, so we'll see where we go. Hope that was useful. Thank you for watching. See you again tomorrow.